I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, ManSions is live. You already know what it is. It's Wednesday. I come up in here to talk some real shot. You under dig? I come up in here to talk some real craziness. And you know why? Because we have the freedom to do so. We in a black-owned business. VibeFree.tv. That's where we are. Black-owned business. Brother Michael be here helping us out with this kind of stuff. But the topic I got today, we got to deal with it. I don't know if you got an Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
Not that much.
That's what I thought.
That's why you put it there.
Hey,
you want me to know.
Hey, what's crazy is I called Bobby. I said, "Where Bobby at? Where you at, Bobby?" He said, "I'm 2 minutes away." Chris said, "That's old people 2 minutes. He about to walk up the stairs right now." And then 60 seconds later, Bobby walked in that door. He said, "Now if it was a young millennial 2 minutes, that would have been 45 minutes later." You understand? Let me just say this, YouTube, we love y'all. We love your support. We love that y'all ride with us for real, for real, for real, for real. We need y'all to get on here, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the notification button, hit the subscriber button. We've been floating at 53,000 for a month now. You in the dig? We need everybody to hit the subscribe button, share this page, get everybody on deck, and let's get it cracking. You already know I promote a couple of things. I promoted them a moment ago before we went live, but I'm gonna promote them again. Total Package Energy, greatest energy shot in the game. Get it now. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Let's move 400 cases. Also, Beal sauce. Three different types of hot sauce. Black-owned business. We gotta support them. Beal sauce. Can y'all do that for me? BealSauce.com. Schmuckatelli, Sergeant Sauce, and of course, Gunny Fire. Go support them. We want to move 1,000 bottles. You understand? 1,000 bottles. Can we do that? Every person buy some hot sauce. Maybe you should have a hot sauce party. Get together, bring your special blend, and then is it a hot sauce potluck? Is that possible? Okay, cool. Let's get 1,000 of those out. And then also, I want you guys to support the Hurricane Report. It's a sister out of New York. She is a part of, she identifies as ADOS. The Hurricane Report, write it, take action, maintain freedom. This is a journalistic movement. She's selling a lot of gear. You know, clothes and hoodies and look, the little stretch pants in the background. She's selling a lot of gear so she can maintain and get this thing off the ground. The Hurricane Report. Follow her on Instagram. Go to her website, h-report.news. Go support her right now, the Hurricane Report. Bobby, you got anything you want to promote before we get started?
Yes, check out Real Men Don't Play on Amazon.com. It's a piece of work that's timeless, and it's a tribute to men who have left indelible footprints. One of the brothers that's mentioned in the book passed away 11 years ago tomorrow by the name of Muhammad Ali Nasruddin. He was president of Recycling Black Dollars. A lot of things that are happening in the last 25 years is directly related to him picking up the mantle from the Marcus Garveys and the Booker T. Washingtons and the W.B. Du Bois, all of the people that moved our people in a favorable direction. Muhammad came along back in 1988 and started Recycling Black Dollars right here in Inglewood, California. Mm-hmm. And so there's remnants of what he did still alive to this day. So I want to salute the memory of Muhammad Ali Nasruddin.
That was a solid brother. And he got a lot of traction in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Black businesses in Los Angeles owe a lot to that brother.
Yeah, I ran a chapter of Recycling Black Dollars in San Diego back in the late 80s and worked with Muhammad up until literally the moment that he passed. He passed away in my presence, you know. So I salute that brother.
That's a good brother. Black Pedro.
Yes, sir.
What do you have on deck to promote?
Of course, I want everybody to always check out Savage AF. That is the podcast. You can get us on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play. Me and the homie Shane, man, we give it to you every Tuesday, 3 to 5.
Hey, not to put his business out there, is he okay?
The brother is okay. He's back on his feet.
There we go.
Out of option, yeah. He's still grinding.
There we go. There we go. Where are you performing next?
We're down in the San Diego area tomorrow, me and Shane. So we're gonna be Savage AF live in your face in your city. So hit me up on Instagram. I'm sorry, Black Pedro. I'll get you the bit.
You in the dig?
You know what it is.
Hey, y'all, I'm not kidding. Let's sell out 100 pieces of the ManSions clothing line. Black Pedro is wearing the hoodie right now. We got black hoodies, red hoodies. We got a lot of stuff that we're trying to bring online, but we can't do it without your support. Now, everybody in this chat room, I'm gonna tell y'all this for real. Let's raise, look at that. I can't wait till they send me mine right there. Yeah. Hey, I need to move at least 100 pieces of those hoodies. White, black, red, we got them all. We got female shirts. Please, please, please support that brand. And then also, y'all may not like it, but I just got to keep it 100. Hit that super chat. Let's hit $1,000 on the super chat tonight. It shouldn't be that hard to do. If everybody collectively jumped in on it, we could get it done with the amount of people that's in the chat room right now. Hit the super chat. We trying to hit a benchmark. Let's get $1,000. We've never gotten $1,000. We've never got, well, we did get close once. We did get close once. One time we got $800. Let's hit that super chat right now and let's get to $1,000, all right? So now let's get into today's topic. Man, I got a topic and we got to talk about it. Like I said before, this topic is about morality. This is going to be a hard topic, but we got to do it. Oftentimes in our community, we put all our eggs in our leaders' baskets. Whether they be Christian, preachers, politicians, or whatever, right? Whether they be business people. How many times we had a friend who had a business and we put money on it, and then the money we put on it was mismanaged, mishandled, or whatever, right? And then it ruined that relationship. Again, the whole moral of tonight's topic is morality. Tonight's topic: can black men lead moral lives in an immoral society? An in-depth look at the by any means necessary, do or die, get rich or die trying mentality. We got it. Why do we have it? Where did it come from? What is its impetus? Are we born with it? Are we born with a lack of morality? Are we born with a lack of ethics? And why is it that when people that we follow, that we believe in, that we support, why is it when they falter, we back off of them? Do we believe that they're good up until the moment we find out that they're human? This is a real conversation. This is one of the linchpins that in this conversation that keeps us disorganized, ununified, and always putting each other down. We gotta have this conversation. True or false? We as human beings must discover according to what moral standards you are acting to. Whether your action is the result of compulsion, of tradition, or of your desire to be safe and secure. Where does your morality come from? Does it come from compulsion, social compulsion? I got to look a certain way. I got to act a certain, I got to behave a certain way? Does it come from tradition? I was born into this. This is my belief because I was born here. Or is it born of the desire to be safe and secure? Questions. Does evil or goodness exist outside of our definition for it? And where did that definition come from? True or false? If you are merely conforming to the morality of individual security, then there cannot be intelligence, nor can there be true happiness. In 2020, what does it mean to be a righteous brother or sister? Got a lot of people out here with the righteous cape on, but it's got semen on it. We're gonna have a real conversation. This ManSions. You know, dig? It's Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Voice of Reason Radio, Dash Radio, Ep3.tv. There's a lot of niggas with a moral cape on with semen on it. This is why I have a problem with American politics. Because American politics sets up politicians to be the ones that bear the concerns of their constituents. They carry this to Capitol Hill, right? Or the Capitol Hill of your state, or the Capitol Hill of your community, to air out your grievances on behalf of you. But enter the lobbyist, enter the bread, enter the corporation, and now what you needed to get to happen in order to make your life better just got bought by a corporation. I'm just saying. But every year you get brothers and sisters who bang for the political system harder than they bang for their people. They will even put their people down because you don't participate in a corrupt system. I want to know why we keep believing in things like that. Here's another question. Do good people actually exist? How many good people I mean good. They found some shit on Mother Teresa, didn't they? They found some shit on her, didn't they? The Pope represents Jesus, don't he? That's the vicar of Christ. They found some shit on him, right? He was dirty coming out of South America, right? He done covered up some shit before he even got to the throne of St. Peter's. I'm just saying. To what extent do we learn these ideas of right and wrong? Are they inherently in our environment? Do we get them from broken parents? Because you know parents get right and wrong like a motherfucker when they have kids, and usually they using the right and wrong stick to guide their kids away from the bullshit they've always done.
Do as I say.
Do as I say, not as I do, motherfucker. If the majority of the world is immoral, how then can our intimate relationships become bastions of insulated relational security, i.e. become trustworthy? If the world is immoral, how your relationship healthy? This ManSions, motherfucker. Bobby, this ManSions.
That it is.
And let me tell you something, Bobby, you quick to call a nigga slick. You quick to call out a slick dick, Bobby. You look at that nigga side eye like. Is everybody slick? Is everybody on the take? Why am I doing this show? Because the brother Rizza Islam, I'm gonna address it, was arrested. Had a case pending. He already had a case pending. His mom had a case pending. They had a court date. Some shit went down in the court. I think he got held for contempt, but he was already a part of the case. It was some type of fraud. people be like getting upset. What you gonna do? And well, what about Reza? Let me tell you something. America is a big ass factory of immorality. Poverty make you do some immoral shit. Are we justifying it? No. However, if you're born in a cesspool, what the fuck you supposed to do? We got to deal with it. Reza Islam is my guy. I'm going to ride for him. But I know, just like the black man in America is not the most toxic man on planet Earth. Bobby, you know that, right?
What I know is there's the caught and the uncaught.
Can you talk to me about this shit, Bobby?
Everybody has crosses to bear. If you live long enough, you're going to do something that you either regret or you run into the circle of it. Because what goes up must come down. The things you do come back around. Now, what happens after you come into the sense of consciousness? Because a lot of things we do thinking that, okay, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to care. But then as you live a little bit longer, you begin to understand that there are consequences for your action. Now, the ultimate decider of your fate is you.
Right.
Now, in the meantime, people are judging, and some people will hold you accountable for your mistakes. All of that plays out in real time, in real life. So whatever you've done that you have problems with later on, the only thing that you can really do is the best that you can do. And if you're willful enough, it balances out. But I ain't met anybody yet that's perfect. But I met a lot of people that would act like they ain't never did anything wrong. And it's some bullshit.
Right. Come on in here, Big C. We got your seat right here, brother.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb just walked in the building. Grab your seat, brother. You got to speak into that microphone. My man. Hey, Corey, you just walked in here, man. Let me set it up, man. Let me set it up for you, big bro. Listen, man, if y'all don't know about the 5150 show, by now, y'all motherfuckers is missing out. That shit last night was golden. That last 25 minutes between Freeze Love and Godfrey, I watched that shit this morning. I was in tears. That shit was golden, boy.
I'm going to check it out.
Corey Holcomb got the movement popping. Now, yeah, man, I appreciate you making it down here because, you know, it's Inglewood. Nigga, this nigga don't be there coming down this side. He says, oh, I love you, nigga, but goddamn. Hey, tonight's topic, man, you're going to love this shit, man. We got to talk about it. ManSions can black men lead moral lives in an immoral society? Now, we talking about Reza Islam and the shit that he went through and going through. And I'm telling everybody right now, so what if that man did something? I don't know if that man did anything, but so what? At the end of the day, did the nigga empower some people? Did the nigga teach some people? Did the nigga give up good game? Did the nigga help some people? See, a lot of times we'll marginalize the good shit people do, right? Because we want to hold up this pristine example of a motherfucker because that's who we wish we were. We wish we were spotless. Ain't nobody spotless in the world. Everybody got ethical challenges and moral challenges. And I'm going to tell you the root of everybody's moral and ethical challenges in America is the division of the classes. When the bottom 25% of white America, the bottom 10% of white America is worth $25 trillion. That's why you never hear these motherfuckers come out and, you know, niggas be saying, we got $1.7 trillion. We spent, the bottom 10% of white America has $25 trillion. The top 1% of white America has 75 trillion. Do you know the top 10% of African Americans? All of us, 750 billion. Bottom 10% of white America, 25 trillion. It is poverty and the division of the classes that create the hustle. Do you understand that? So I don't put, like Bobby said, that brother is a man. And he made choices, and men learn from whatever choices they make and shit. But at the end of the day, does that mean don't listen to him? Does that mean he didn't drop no information? That mean that man's voice ain't valuable to this community? Hell motherfucking no. Corey, your thoughts?
You talk about Brother RZA?
I'm talking about good brother RZA Islam.
Have you ever seen him do some slick shit?
Never.
I ain't never seen him do no slick shit. But I know the motherfuckers who got him locked up just lied and said that witness in that case against the white murdering bitch
Keep going.
was in a drug deal to cover up what they did. Look, man.
Come on, keep going.
Let me tell you something, man. All y'all motherfuckers who gonna say Corey ain't shit when I get locked up, fuck y'all right now. I'm a motherfucking black man, dog. Ain't no telling what they'll pull on me. And have you ever seen me do some scandalous shit?
I ain't never
Since
seen
you know me?
I've never seen you do no scandalous
Bobby,
shit.
you ever seen me do some fuck shit? Like,
No.
I'm talking about for real.
No, for real.
Them motherfuckers will lock my ass up on spot for whatever. So I hope I ain't busting you out. Didn't the FBI come to your house?
Yeah.
Have you done some FBI wrong shit?
You know what I did? You wanna know what I did? This shit right here. They came to talk about this. See, this is how I know. Bobby, that little motherfucker, they came to see Bobby too.
You came to see Bobby too?
Look here, man.
Hey, y'all wanna know? Y'all wanna know the shit?
They probably at my house right now.
The motherfucker from Louisiana,
No, he's from Texas.
he was from Texas.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was inspired by these shows in a negative way.
He ain't do nothing negative. He got it, them racist motherfuckers.
And
that
he
walked
shot
in the house
motherfuckers up.
and killed that dude eating ice cream. Them the same motherfuckers he went to war with.
Now, you know what he did? He wrote a manifesto. And it was like 10 motherfuckers in the manifesto.
And two of them are sitting in the studio
And
right
two
now.
of them is right here.
That's
You
what
know-
I'm trying to say. You had the motherfucker talk about RZA Islam. Whoever gotta explain something, whoever needs something explained to you about what happened to my brother RZA, you was a sucker anyway. This how it go. We can go to jail any second for anything. And they'll lie and make it stick if they want to. I don't know what them people was grabbing my brother for, but I know it's some bullshit.
And they say it's contempt of court because they tried to grab up his mom.
And he stood for his
And he
family.
stood for his mother.
Any motherfucker talking shit about that man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't known the man for years and all that. But everything I see about the man be 100. So
Be straight up.
people show you who they are. And I'm just saying, you use a lame motherfucker. If you sitting up here talking about, see, he went to jail. Oh.
We can't follow nobody no more.
Motherfucker, the only motherfuckers that go to jail is white motherfuckers. Paris Hilton got caught in the car with cocaine.
Cocaine.
How? She didn't even go back there with the motherfuckers with less charges. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Y'all don't know the game?
It's for keeps.
You can't tell me nothing about somebody been to jail and I judge them off that. I judge you off what you do, not what them people say you did. Even though what they say might have some validation to it, but I'm just saying, I watch my man all the time, and I ain't never seen no slick behavior come from Brother RZA Islam. So any motherfucker got something to say about him, I'll tell you flat out, man,
Fuck
nigga.
you, nigga. And let me tell you this
That's my
too.
man.
Corey is an old skeptical motherfucker. Corey, this motherfucker ain't smiling with a gang of niggas. He not smiling with a bunch of people. Am I lying? Am I lying, Bobby?
Truth been told.
Corey, hey, you come through Hey, let me tell this story real quick.
You crazy.
Nigga,
dog.
we out in Ontario, right? My homeboy, I've known him for 25, 30 years. My homeboy called me and said, hey man, you think I could take some pictures of Corey and give them to Corey? Because you know I'm a photographer. And I said, hey man, buy a ticket, I might introduce you to him. He come through, I said, Corey, this is my homeboy for 20 some odd years, he wanna take pictures. He gonna give you the pictures. Corey was like, first off, it's the look, nigga. Then Corey got the, fuck this Zoe. Zoe ain't finna do no fuck shit. But
I don't know this nigga.
Corey got his road manager Mo, and that motherfucker hand wrote a contract right there. You sign this shit right. The motherfucker took the pictures and gave them to Corey. But again, Corey is an observant motherfucker. I'm an observant motherfucker. That don't mean certain shit don't get biased, but when I see the young kid, I go, man, I gotta put this motherfucker on my platform, because this motherfucker out here touching lives, changing lives, helping motherfuckers. Does that mean I'm naive to think that he ain't? Everybody's a hustler in this bitch, in America.
Did Martin Luther King have mug shots?
He got mugshots, Martin Luther King had hoes, had bitches.
Didn't they
were taping him.
take Farrakhan off social media? Dog, who is you? Who is your guy? That's what people need to ask. Who do you look up to, and what they do is held up? I know it ain't none of them white motherfuckers with me. Them motherfuckers, it's very hard for them to have a conversation with me, and I'm not like,
Right.
what the fuck is you talking about? Why are you talking to me?
And somebody just said, Zoe, watch the Young Pharaoh video. I love Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh came and did my show. Young Pharaoh's another solid, young motherfucker dude out here speaking some real shit for the community. And I talked to Young Pharaoh. I talked to other guys, say, hey man, let's cut the motherfucking beef with each other and let's work together. I don't give a fuck. Everybody is welcome here. That don't mean I don't think, oh man, maybe you may have done some shit, you might be caught up in some shit. But niggas who are sincere in heart, who are trying to change the community, I fuck with them. That don't mean I'm naive. That don't mean I don't understand that maybe they done got caught up in some shit. But the reality of it is, if we are the first ones to abandon each other when we get caught up in some shit, then that's the main reason why we don't have a strong community here in America, unless we sucking the white man's dick.
It's hard for them to catch you up in some shit when the pedigree is solid. You only get caught up with the lost motherfuckers that don't even count anyway.
Right.
This is like a trend to them to get behind something. Just like people who go to churches for a little while, then they build a new church, then they start going to that church. They ain't solid to nothing. But I'm saying, if you a man and word is born about you, man, that's credit to me.
Right.
All that other stuff, okay, you got some credit, go get you some Timberlands and walk out the store and pay them later. All right. I'm talking about real credit is when you talking and I know if you said it, I could put stock in that.
Right.
That's real credit.
Right. Right. And I'm just gonna say this, man. You cannot discount the culture you live in. This culture is cutthroat. Bobby, is the culture cutthroat or no?
It's been cutthroat from the inception, and it ties very directly into this conversation today about how did we end up here, because people look at history and say, oh man, that was back then. No, it's not back then if you still acting like they did back then. Mm-hmm. It's 400 years later, and black folks are still chasing after white people and putting their society first in everything that they do, and that's why when you said earlier today about supporting what you're doing, that conditioning is still, look, I'm gonna trust what white people say do with my money. Because there's a reason why one bank in Miami in the Cuban community has more money than all the black banks put together
Why
throughout
is that,
the United
Bobby?
States. It's the conditioning. The white man's ice is colder and lasts longer. His sugar is sweeter. So we're gonna condemn anything that looks like it. We still chasing after an illusion.
Right. And I'm gonna say it again. I love all these young brothers. I know young Pharaoh. That's a solid brother. I fuck with all of them. I'm just saying, at this stage of the game, Corey brought up a poignant point. At this stage of the game, the man who testified against Amber Geiger, white girl police officer who shot a man, black man, in his own house eating ice cream, minding his fucking business. The fucking witness just got killed, and these people came out with a report saying it was a drug deal gone bad.
They'll say that shit about you, and you ain't got no drug history. Do you?
I don't do drugs.
If you go down like they want you to go down, you was a drug dealer.
Sprinkle
You
some
black
coke
son
on
of a bitch.
Sprinkle some coke on them.
But what's getting lost?
Fuck out of here.
Right.
What's getting lost in that case is a bigger crime, and that is this judge did something that nobody that I've talked to yet has ever seen, and that is a sitting judge get off the bench and console a murderer. She didn't go over and console the mother of the victim. She wrapped her arms around the murderer, and then the bailiff looked like Bueller, you know, stroking the woman's hair and stuff. I mean, I'm seeing
Bueller.
things.
That's what he said, Bueller.
Yeah, sapphire, that kind of shit. Now,
We need a name for those women like that.
What are they?
The people, them monkey bitches.
Oh my God. But we got to add the Texas Ranger who testified that it was okay what she did. Because he was a Texas Ranger, and had he been in that situation, he would have done the same thing.
Who was that?
You didn't see that? He was sitting in the witness stand, on the witness stand, sit up there and looked in the camera and said, under the circumstances I'm aware of, she was defending her life because of such and such and such and such. And I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, you wasn't there. Did you go in the wrong apartment and kill somebody that has a spotless record and punched all the right buttons? Did you do that? Nobody challenged him on that. So the judge, in her limited wisdom, said, I can't even sign off on that. So they wouldn't allow that testimony into the case. But a brother, a Texas Ranger, got up and said, if it was up to me, she wouldn't be in this courtroom today.
If it was a black man who's a Texas Ranger, enough said.
He didn't have to.
What the hell you
He
doing?
didn't have to drink all the Kool-Aid, nigga. He
You
didn't
ain't
have to.
just hustling because you speaking on it. Like
Yeah.
you holding up being a Texas Ranger.
Right.
That's like that dude you had in your studio that day where it got loud with me and him.
Which
the
dude?
one dude who was a crooked cop from Oakland. The OG dude.
Oh.
Didn't we clash?
Yeah, y'all clash.
I clashed with all
Corey was like-
pussy motherfuckers.
He did.
I was
This
like,
is
what
Corey.
you talking about?
What? What?
This motherfucker upholding the system.
Yeah.
And he, you can tell he crooked as soon as he opened his mouth because he talked about God. That's the number one hide behind that all these motherfuckers got. My homies hustle God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
mad
no,
at
I
him,
get
but
what
we
you're
know
saying.
what it is.
Right.
We laugh when ain't nobody around. Yeah, go, they better knock my hustle.
That's what had me pissed about the Botham Jean case was like the family praying for the murderer and like I'm like let that white bitch feel like shit when she goes to jail. Like I gotta lie.
He lied.
I'm like let her feel like shit when she goes like fuck all this God praying shit. Like get active about this shit. Like why are we forgiving this bitch at all? Like,
True or false? Is it a significant sign that we live in an immoral society when a total of 62 people have half the wealth of the world?
you said something that stood out to me where you're like poverty makes you do immoral things.
What you just said, I think it go past what a lot of people can fathom.
Only 62.
Just say it again, so.
Is it a sign, a significant sign of an immoral society, if only 62 people
Do we need to say white people?
out of the 7 billion have half the world's wealth?
Poverty is a serial killer. So if you create that kind of separation from wealth, then you're going to have people that morals are not going to be a part of their equation because they're in a situation day to day, moment to moment, that is either eat or starve. And you ain't thinking about what you got to do to eat at that point. Does that make you immoral? No, that make you a survivalist because at that moment, the missed meal cramps kick in and you got babies that you got to feed. A whole lot of things that you wouldn't ordinarily do come into play.
Poverty doesn't make you do immoral things. Poverty is immoral, especially in the world's richest country. Like but you know, like they want it to be like that. But it's amoral to have poverty, you know. Like we have all the resources to not have poverty. They just don't want to do that.
When you send your kids to them sucker ass schools to learn that sucker ass shit, they not gonna tell you what happened with Gaddafi. They not gonna tell you the stuff that'll make you realize who your enemy is. You have to stumble across this information. The information that really count. In fact, if I'm right, now they are flat out teaching the kids that it wasn't slavery. Them people came here to work, right?
Right. Transatlantic migrants.
Migrants? People will send their children to school to observe and soak in all of that nonsense. And people wonder why the world all fucked up.
Right, and then I go back to this. This ain't a justification for what any man has done. But what I get pissed off with is motherfuckers want to skip to the end result and not the process that created the end result. Exactly. It's easy to go, oh, well, you know, that judge and that bailiff, they showed a powerful moment of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a high level of consciousness. And yes, the fuck it is. However, when a motherfucker does dirt in this society, especially if he's black, whatever dirt he's done is aggrandized. It's blown up. Who was the fall man, really, for the Iran-Contras? Freeway Rick. This is a guy on the street.
Have you ever heard Ronald Reagan is a drug dealer? Yeah. Have you ever heard that?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
He a flat out drug dealer.
Kingpin at that.
Kingpin.
Oliver North said he didn't see anything wrong with what they did. They didn't give a fuck.
Do you understand what we're saying here? Nobody is justifying anything that any man has to do. Nobody is saying, oh, you off the hook. At the end of the day, some of the mistakes, man, that you've made, be critical in your development as a person. Sometimes motherfuckers gotta go to jail to discover who they are. Malcolm X.
Yep.
Malcolm X went to jail. Malcolm X was a hood. Am I lying, Bobby?
Detroit Red.
Detroit Red. But if we judge Detroit Red before he develops and becomes Malcolm, he never becomes the shining prince of our community.
The man that saved him didn't come correct.
Talk to me.
You can learn from anybody. The choice is yours, though. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You can learn from the dirt bag on the street. He there for a reason.
Right.
But if you choose the bullshit, that's on you. If you didn't know, that's one thing. Not knowing, that means something.
Right.
But if you know, and so many motherfuckers know and lie and say they didn't know. But I smell you, nigga. I trust my
what they smell like.
When you talking, I'm looking right at you. I thank God that I'm smart enough to peep out the bullshit. And only reason I can say I'm smart enough to peep out the bullshit because I stay away from a lot of it. So I must know something I'm doing out here. I stay away from a lot of shit. The bullshit that used to get me a lot is the damsels.
Talk to me.
Them the ones who used to get by me. And then I'll be like, oh. She got me. God damn. Oh, all right. Thanks, though. I appreciate the lesson talk. I appreciate the lesson talk. I ain't even mad at you. I'm on to the next one.
The damn.
smiling damsels. Bobby,
Yes.
would you kill somebody to save a family member?
Not only would I kill him, I'd kill him dead.
What if the family
It ain't just
member
about
ain't
even
shit?
family. No,
That's,
not,
but see, this
that's
is
what
great.
I'm gonna do that
This
for.
is about morality, and Corey brings up a great
you
point.
said somebody. With specificity, it would have to be a situation where they really left me no choice. And it's not gonna be over no stupid shit because I done already put my neck out there enough time, got it chopped off, going half cocked. So now I'm gonna take the measure of the situation and without hesitation, blow a son of a bitch head off and then make sure he dead by just shoot him till I run out of bullets. Because at that point, it's so funny you ask this question. I was talking to a good friend of mine before the show started, and we was having that conversation. And we keep wanting to leave killing out of the freedom equation. And I sit here right now knowing full well that I done turned my cheek for the last goddamn time because I got slapped on the other side as soon as I did that. So the trigger ain't the first thing, but it's on the table now. It's on the table, it's a part of the discussion because it's the one thing black people do not want to talk about is when enough is enough.
Right.
Pedro, then Corey.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I'm killing for my family, and to be honest, yeah, I got family that ain't shit. But you know, like if somebody's trying to take them from this earth, I'm standing up for that because
For that person, the one that you know ain't shit?
Yeah, but
Okay.
most likely.
I'm drawing the line right there.
Most likely they my family though. Like if I'm calling
They
them
ain't family if they would kill me or get me killed, and that's the kind of
And
stuff that family will
what
do.
constitutes ain't shit then? You know what I mean? What
Motherfucker
makes
that'll
you dirt?
hug your murderer in a courtroom.
Right, well, yeah, fuck that motherfucker. I was so pissed at his brother. Like, I'm like, nigga, she killed your brother.
I still can't get over the sight of that, man. Just the visual of that has kept me up at night. I'm like,
But
wait a
these how
minute.
these young men are raised, Bobby. They raised by the bros.
Man, Lord have mercy. That was some 100-year-old shit though, man, to me.
100 years,
You know.
100 years ago, niggas wouldn't do that. That
What?
motherfucker would not be able to walk around. When I was coming up in the projects, if somebody would have hugged the motherfucking Caucasian killer of your brother, you can't walk around here. You can't be around here, fool. Get your ass the fuck from over here before we blast your ass. You lucky we gave you a warning. There was a time when it was certain shit you could not do in the hood. Now, motherfuckers is in court testifying against everybody and can't wait to get out of jail because they know with this bitch-made society, when I say bitch-made, I'm talking about niggas who brought up off emotion. You could be a trick in the courtroom and still walk around in your hood. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I ain't saying ain't nobody gonna get you, but I'm just saying you can pull it, you can get away with it. Where at one time, if you was a trick, soon as motherfuckers saw you, they'd freeze. They'd be, is that motherfucker over there? That's him. I know that one. That ain't him, is it? They'll think it's a joke.
Right.
I know he ain't over here.
Right.
All them principles gone, man.
Is snitching immoral? And I ask this question because you got a lot of keep it real doctrines out here. But the reality of it is, we are surviving at a level that's beneath survival. At least when you go to the jungle, you go to Africa, the pride is surviving by killing. This system has taken the killer out of you unless it's directed towards you. Do you see what I'm saying? You only got the killer instinct for your own. And part of your killer instinct is utilizing snitching.
If you grow up in the urban jungle, meaning these big cities, you're not allowed to kill. They'll take you to jail for defending your life. You gotta go like places like Arizona and all like
Stand your
that
ground.
to be able to motherfucking bust back. And then you still in a courtroom being judged by this system that is built to lock your ass up. So what I'm trying to say, basically, they have wrote the law in America where you wrong no matter what you do. We'd rather pick you up off the street with your dead ass and sort it out from there. Yeah. But what is you doing with a gun, nigga? I mean, like, I own guns, but I know if I get caught with that gun, I might get shot for having it.
Right.
Good chance.
Right.
I know that chance I'm taking, but I'm just saying, it's like, you talking about society this, society that. No, it's all bogus for you if you black.
Right.
You really need to leave America. I've said that before. But motherfuckers be like, man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't leaving America, nigga. All right.
KFC, nigga.
Right, nigga.
Fuck you mean?
Right. You might become a better person if you leave here. You might see something that might make you realize your purpose. But here, what is going to make you realize your purpose? What do they have at any of these colleges or places they tell you to go that's going to help you be a better person? They got a spot for you to fit in.
That's what I was going to say. This is cog, universities, man, are cog manufacturers.
Say that again.
Cog manufacturers.
Cog, explain that.
A cog in the machine.
Right.
We're going to pour your ass into a mold, and then you're going to go out into the world and fit in. That's not about developing purpose.
So I can't stay silent on this because I fucking graduated from Princeton University, right?
Talk about it.
That's where you see, I mean, I didn't fit in there. Like, I didn't become a lawyer and a doctor or an eye banker like all my friends, because I discovered stand-up there. Like, I was lucky enough to find who I started doing stand-up my freshman year in college and got my degree in architecture, but was like, I'm not Princeton. Like, I'm smart enough to go here, but I'm from the east side of Detroit, and I can't really fuck with all of this
and
shit.
we understand what Detroit is, nigga.
I just went back for the Black Alumni Conference, right? And a lot of good things happened, but I performed there. And one thing I did was call out the school for having Nazi bullshit in the school song. Like, they sit there and they do like this in the school
At Princeton.
At Princeton. And
didn't Michelle Obama go there?
My nigga, I met her
Come on.
brother this weekend.
I'm waiting on you
I'm
now.
just saying, like, this is a bastion. This is a factory of whiteness.
You have a diploma from Princeton?
I have a degree from Princeton University in architecture and urban planning.
I just want to ask you, brother, what did it get you?
It got me jokes. Like, I got material about it.
Anyway.
I in Detroit got them jokes.
Listen. The reality is,
went to ICPC college with Masterpiece.
I joke about that all the time, for sure. But the reality is, I got to see the power structure. I felt like I got to look behind the curtain at Oz and say, you know what? This is some bullshit. Because I see the bullshit on my end, on the poverty on the streets of Detroit, and then you go and see the golden pavement, and you're like, wow.
That's
so
amazing.
I went to go see, and my mama, I had to go to
Bobby,
college.
I'm with you.
So I had to go. So.
How much impact did traversing the same trails as Paul Robeson have on you making the ultimate decisions that you made then?
I mean, it was like they actually wouldn't allow Robeson to go to that school, right? So, understand.
How did they allow you, brother?
Affirmative action.
Oh.
When you say they didn't allow Paul Robeson to go, he graduated from Princeton.
No, he didn't. He wasn't alone. No.
Paul Robeson did not graduate from Princeton.
No, sir.
You're right. He went to Rutgers.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
That's because he got
My
rejected.
bad. My bad.
Fucking up, Bobby.
They wouldn't let him in. Like,
You're
and that,
supposed to be the historian now.
My bad.
yeah, no. Yeah, he went to Rutgers.
I didn't know this
I got
about
mixed
this
up.
brother.
I didn't
But
either.
what I'm saying is, like, I never want to come across like I'm dissing, but I think it is tragic that you were allowed in because of a systematic glitch that they put together.
Oh shit! This one got back.
But was it really a systematic thing? Because you had to have at least a 3-point grade.
Oh no,
average to
he
get
was
in Princeton.
killing
I
it
was top 5%
academically.
in my high school class.
I believe
Yeah,
this brother is highly intelligent,
Okay.
but what I'm saying, I hate that he wasted so much time on something that can't even support him and his family. It seemed like if you had a degree from Princeton, it should be like a diplomatic immunity pass.
You automatically get through.
Motherfucker, look what I got.
Right.
And motherfuckers supposed to shut the fuck up. You see this?
Oh, no.
The fuck out my face.
He said, "Oh no."
No. We talked about that. Like, we still got to prove that why we went there, that we belong there, that we can hold. Like, when
As soon as you say you went to Princeton, they gonna be like, Get the fuck out of here.
You should see white people right now when they find out I went there. They half of their head explode. They think I took their spot. They're like,
You didn't go here, nigga.
Motherfucker, it's amazing.
Where's your secret tattoo? Show it.
Have a blonde bitch shoot him. So.
I got to say this.
Have a
man.
nigga judge put it together.
For him to go through the rigors of the architectural school at Princeton.
That's big.
The only black man in the building.
He had a big brain, and I just want to know what was the turning point when you said, I will give up? Because if he just conformed with a degree from architecture, shit, he wouldn't have any financial issues.
But you said the key word, conform.
He just couldn't do it.
I.e.,
Not in it.
capitulate.
What? Let me ask you something. A degree in architecture.
Right.
That means what? I want to make sure I know before I speak.
It doesn't mean anything at the bachelor level. Like I would have still had to go to graduate school.
Get the PhD.
to get a master's, and
The
then
master's,
you got to
PhD.
practice for a certain amount of hours, which mean years, before you actually. My homie from high school just won the bid to design Jamaica's new House of Parliament. That's my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he wanted to go through the shit to be an architect. I did not.
Okay.
I enjoyed the study of it, but I was like, if I already knew I was gonna struggle in life because I wasn't gonna do the other shit.
Bachelor's,
So I
master's,
was like, if
PhD.
I'm gonna struggle, then I'm done with school.
You
I've been in
should
school
tell
since
your
I was
story.
2.
They will pay you to tell your story at colleges because there's a lot of kids who are listening to their parents, listening to whatever, who feel like if they don't go to college, they don't fit in.
Right.
And your story is very inspiring, and I only know little chips of it. I ain't even heard it all. All I know is if you went to Princeton, you have proved my point, what I have always said about all this shit. Because you ain't got no Princeton degree car out there, do you?
It's an Audi, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what year is it?
It's a 14.
Right. Well, you know what?
I mean, I ain't balling. No, listen, I have struggled. I've been homeless trying to do
impressed.
this shit. Listen, I've done all of that shit, but I can't go do the shit. Like, and then I go to New York and visit with my lawyer friends, and these niggas are rich, and they just be like, Pedro, we want your life. Like, they don't want to be doing what they doing either.
My wife a half-breed.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
I know, I'm just saying, it's coincidence shit. Half-breed. I'm just keeping it real.
Set up. ManSions, bitch. Go ahead.
Her mama white and her daddy is a black nigga from D.C.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, she black.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
On the white side, I was laughing so hard because she had a cousin that got a job. Now, this is a degenerate. This is a fucking white boy who stayed at home with his mama. He went out into the world, filled out applications, got a job at Jamba Juice that paid him enough money to live in a house where he at. And this is a dirtbag. This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all motherfuckers go fill out
I
applications
understand now.
at these stores. And y'all motherfuckers could have degrees from Princeton or whatever. And they pay you according to how they think you supposed to get paid. Because this white motherfucker who ain't shit, he quit the Jamba Juice job and got a job as a wine taster.
Hilarious.
And it paid buku for a motherfucker like him.
You're paid to be
And I just be laughing. I be like,
Time out, man.
white
Time out.
paid to be a
white motherfuckers show up. And when they go in there and the paperwork is done, the paperwork is set up for them to fit into
win.
society. The paperwork for you, me, and Princeton man,
Princeton man.
it's set up for you to get your black ass back to work.
Wow.
Work till you die and die with nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I tell all college kids that y'all fucking suckers.
Right.
It's like people who get married. It's the same dumb shit. Marriage, religion, and college is the biggest game in America.
Hey,
Keep going. Tell us
Nothing
more.
more fucked up than marriage, religion, and college in that order. Marriage, religion, and college in that order is the most dumbest shit
Tell us
you
why.
can do.
Tell us why. Why? For each one.
It is so many divorce lawyers that have testimony that will tell you this is dumb. for you to put yourself in paperwork that is slavery. Religion. This is some shit, yo. Grandmamas, great grandmamas, they passed this shit down to you like white people pass down wealth to theirs. It's worth nothing, but you hold it up like it's everything. I laugh at motherfuckers who come at me with religion.
Look at the numbers.
I was like, what the fuck is you talking about? You ain't got
Control
shit.
mechanism, man.
I tell a motherfucker, you ain't got shit. You ain't got shit. College. I say college last because if you willing to fit in, it'll work.
Right.
If you willing to fit in,
It'll
do what
work.
you have to do. Bobby know what I'm talking about with this
Yes,
shit.
sir.
You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
sir. Yes, sir.
If you're willing to do that, it will help you live hell on earth.
This is why I get that cool shit from you,
Right.
right? That kind of bomb you just dropped in my lap, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you know what? Now, when you see me bucking and shit.
No.
I'm saying you fucking, but I know you understand what I mean.
Okay, well,
From your
I
generation, these
I need
niggas,
you to clean that up.
these two linemen-
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Not saying you, my nigga. Bobby, let me tell you something,
Bobby.
I know you a man. Bobby a man. This motherfucker got a cutoff switch that can be touched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That young man who was in that courtroom hugging the murder of his brother, that's not a man. That is a lost soul who look like he gonna fuck a nigga in the ass.
No, he look like a bottom.
Now, I tell you this, and it's important that we keep drumming this home. What's immoral are the white feminists that are actively hunting the minds of our sisters, while over 62,000 sisters are currently missing. Now, these sisters are missing nationwide. Where are the white feminists that are banging? If it was 62,000 Pomeranians, Peter would be out here gang banging. They would be butt naked on the buses. they would be butt naked everywhere, mad as fuck about these missing Pomeranians.
They'd have fur detectors created.
Do you understand?
What has your research revealed at this point? Because for the last couple of years, you've been posting pictures almost every day of these beautiful young girls, most of them teenage, 13, 14, 15 years old. What have you found out about what's driving this, man?
I don't know, but see, when I get on Facebook and I see that shit, I just think of my own kids. Yeah. It could be propaganda. It could be some bullshit. But as a man that has empathy, that as a father, and it say, this motherfucker missing, I'm not gonna skip past it, I'm gonna share it to my page.
Right.
Fuck that. If I can get him some more light, because you saw what happened, one of them little kids, 4-year-old girl, the boyfriend of her mama, the damn boyfriend killed the girl. So for me, my conscience won't let me go past that. So I share those. But the problem for me is we get behind whatever this sick society endorses. And then we judge our own who are skeptical of society. Nobody ever asks the question. They say, black men don't like going to the doctor. But nobody really asks the question, why? Because we don't trust anything this motherfucker brings forward.
You said, can you be immoral in this society? And the answer is absolutely not. The only thing you can do to look up at anybody who question you is not lie. Right. That's what you can't be. You can't be a liar.
Right.
But whatever you got to do out here, and I'm saying, like, we have to do some things that definitely are against the law.
The laws
You
are for
broke the
you.
law. Oh yeah. The police officers that don't testify against their crooked partners are accessories to crime. Don't tell me about the law. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to be made an example out of, so the lames can run with it and talk shit. That's
Right.
why I wish a motherfucker would say something slick about my brother RZA to me.
That's why it's important for me to do this show.
What the fuck is you
That's why
talking
it's important for me to do this show.
I seen some niggas one day, I ain't never say nothing about it. They was on the internet talking about this, that, and the other, making conspiracy theories about who people are, and they was sitting up smoking and all that shit. I'm like, you impaired. How can you make a conscious decision where you standing on it high? Have we ever thought about that? Because, I mean, every once in a while, especially back then, I have a drink. I know the shit I do when I got that oil in me ain't the shit I do when
Right.
I'm sitting thinking, clearly.
You know
When
who
that
can
oil
agree-
in me, I have done and said shit that make me go, God damn.
You know who agree? Hey, you know who agree with you, Bobby? You know who agree with you?
I know Bobby.
This motherfucker right
Bobby
here now.
called me knowing that I don't talk to motherfuckers. Hey, Corey, so-and-so right here. I'm like, Bobby got that oil in me.
Yes.
I already know. When he get to pointing and shit, I know.
Well, I'm pointing right now. Yeah, I'm pointing right goddamn now.
Hold on, I don't smell no oil.
Right.
Now you just doing
Right.
it because I said it.
No,
But I'm saying, Bobby.
But here's the deal. That's a flaw. And I tell you what, it has cost me immeasurably, but I choose not to be defined by that.
It cost me too.
Yep.
That's why I said I know when I'm impaired, I don't make excuses for being impaired. I'm just telling you what it is. When I have had alcohol in me,
Anything's
Ain't no
possible.
telling.
It's gonna go down.
Ain't no
I
telling.
actually say mean shit on purpose. That's why I don't like to get drunk on stage that much, because I already got some shit to say. Let me be
Let the
drunk.
liquor tell it.
Then
Oh,
it's
boy.
venom.
Right. Right.
Because that shit does shit to your personality. That's what it does. It alters shit.
Yes.
But these motherfuckers talking shit about everybody on the internet high. I'm like, but you standing on this shit you saying as you fucked up? Motherfuckers be like, oh, you say real shit when you fucked up. Nah, motherfucker, you just be bold enough to talk shit when you fucked up.
Right.
It's a difference. It's a big
Right.
Make
thing.
you smarter.
But you know, one of the things this subject brings up in terms of morality and who defines who's moral is a part of this discussion.
It's subjective.
This minister came out a couple of weeks ago and said, we need to, as evangelicals, rally around the president, because if he is not reelected, there's going to be a civil war. And I heard people push back against that simply because the president threw the rock, hit his hand, but he knew he could go to Billy Graham and all them kind of folks because they wanted that the Supreme Court, the way that they got it, it works for him because he ain't worried about all this shit that's going on right now, because it's got to go to where? The Supreme Court. And as long as he can ride out this time right here, catch up on these debts that he owed to the Ukrainians, the Russians, the Chinese, he owe everybody, the Saudis money. These son of bitches, because they got what they wanted, which is
Manchurian candidate.
not only that, but the death. It's about birth control.
The
Roe versus Wade.
Roe v. Wade, yeah.
It's enough, folks that have bought that particular message that they are willing to give up everything that's significant about this illusion of a democracy. This man is coming very close to becoming a king.
Yeah.
And that needs to be a part of our
You
discussion.
say a king?
He's acting like a king.
He talks like that.
He done told them people, look,
And he's one of the most
Go
immoral
fuck
human beings
yourself.
on planet Earth.
Where I'm from, if a motherfucker say, if you do this to me, it's gonna jump off, that motherfucker instigating.
Right.
I ain't, motherfucker touch me. My motherfucking niggas don't be acting no motherfucking day.
that's what they
That's
saying.
what he's saying.
That's what he
He's
did.
instigating
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers letting it ride.
Yeah.
If this Coon Barack would have said that, even though he know his place, he knew his place. It ain't because he's so moral and good.
no.
He knew what he could say.
I can't say that. They gonna get me if I say some shit.
He can't say, if y'all impeach me, the faggots gonna fuck this nation up. He can't say that.
Oh
He
God.
can't say that. Even though the faggots would have went off.
They would have went off.
I know y'all didn't impeach Barack. They didn't do that. But I'm just saying. He know he can't say that. Everybody got back up.
Oh man.
No,
He
we
got
don't.
the dick in the booty nation.
We ain't got no
The
backup.
dick in the booty nation is behind
The
Barack.
alphabets.
They will come at your ass literally.
When you
I
talk
got a
about,
question.
Go ahead.
I got a question for you.
Excuse me.
I want y'all to think very carefully. Listen to the mansions, man. This is crazy. We broadcasted live from VibeFree.tv here in Inglewood, black-owned business. Go to their website, support their movement as well. Continue to hit that super chat button. YouTube, thank you for all the donations. Much love. But I got a great question here about morality and black love and black relationships. Is a black man's immorality attractive only when he's using it to take care of his family?
Say that again.
Please. Please. You have to run that back. Please.
Yeah, because you got a lot of motherfuckers who'll get down with a nigga that's doing dirt. And as long as he's doing dirt, or the dirt that he's doing, he's using it to benefit the family, everybody turn a blind eye. Is a black man's immorality, his behaviors, his dirt, the shit that he does, is that okay when he's doing dirt to take care of the family? Is that the only time it's okay? Because a lot of times our women will turn on us and use that very dirt the moment it don't benefit them no more. Can we talk about that?
You just started the conversation.
Bobby?
It happens. The only thing that I guess I can say on that is if it doesn't transcend up until another generational level, in other words, if you dealt dope that destroyed the community and you produced enough wealth that you turned the dope game over to your kids, then we didn't gain from that.
Right.
Ain't
Because
that
somebody was
DuPont?
gonna sell the dope.
Ain't that DuPont?
CVS.
Ain't that Bear? Bear sold HIV tainted drugs. Instead of getting rid of the shit, it was tainted with HIV. We talking about morality, right? It was tainted with HIV. They sold the shit to France.
I didn't hear about that.
Hold
You
on.
mean you can
Hold on. So,
you can buy it?
right. Yeah. So the motherfucking drug company, after all that stuff about what drugs do, this is your brain on drug, got all they people under viaducts sleeping in tents off them opioids and shit. There is no
That's dope
morality out
dealing.
here.
That's dope
They
dealing.
got they people hooked. You
Give away
can
samples.
fuck a white bitch for $20 if you ain't worried about if she clean it.
If you don't like
Because they under the viaducts nationwide
Offer them
in
opioids,
all states where it ain't that cold. We can videotape right now
10
me
seconds.
going to the viaduct, getting a halfway decent looking Caucasian bitch
you hose her down.
to give me head for $20.
Right
Where
there.
They off them opioids and everything that they people got them hooked on.
This
Right.
goes all the way back to the Rockefellers because
I wanted to show you something that was on Facebook, man.
Show
It's
it to us,
it's
man.
Dude, this shit is crazy, man. This is on sale at the store when you go into the Sacramento Kings game.
What did it say, Bobby?
masculine black men, check your male privilege before entering. I can't see the
Somebody
product.
put that
see
sign
that?
right there with the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
You
right,
see that?
right.
The fuck?
That should be a lawsuit. They
Wow.
said, "Hey niggas, put your tail between your legs."
Right.
That's what
Because-
they just told you.
Yeah.
The only
Touch your balls
toxic
before you walk.
masculinity that is tolerable in American society comes from white men.
You know, you mentioned morality and money. Let's talk about money and morality. They have pills that they made for 15 cents that will not make you well, but will sustain your life for another 25 or 30 years. And because they have control over that product, they can charge you $5,000 every month to use a pill that didn't heal you. It just allowed you to live with the complications that come with that, because that pill gonna lead to 10 other pills. And on every station, they target certain audiences with that message, like MSNBC and all of that. If you look at those commercials, they all pharmaceutical commercials.
Yeah, man.
And these are the same people that get on that self-righteous bag about what the Republicans are doing. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all running the same goddamn commercials that's killing folks that they running.
I hope I answered your question with
Yes.
that shit talking about what the drug companies have done.
Yeah.
This country is strung out, homie.
Yes,
That's the
the
truth.
whole
Believe me?
goddamn country.
I could walk you through, all I know, I could walk you through freeway overpass after freeway overpass. And you don't want me to take you downtown.
Woo!
You don't want me to take you downtown,
Oh,
Los Angeles. Homie,
Skid Row.
it is a whole, how many people are down there?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
Thousands.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I've been
I
down
ride
there.
past it at night, just throw clothes out. The truth is, the old bums want it closed. They look at that shit and be like, I don't give a fuck what I got on. I need the pill. Throw some pills out.
You
I
understand?
thought I was doing some
Something,
shit
yeah,
here,
you
y'all.
like
They were
it.
like, what is that? I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right.
I want to
Pass
get
out
high.
food. They
Right
want
now,
that shit,
yeah.
man. The only reason why our drug hustle is immoral is control. Some Bobby brought up is like they don't control that. You know what I mean? Like that it becomes immoral. But the drugs they do control, the ones that they are pushing out there, nothing wrong with that.
But
That's business.
Is it immoral to keep weed, marijuana, and CBD away from people who might need it?
Of course.
Of course it is.
Why are they doing it?
But because their drugs work better, and this is not more people could have access. You could grow your own CBD. You
Right.
could, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
you could do that.
There's a
So
brother-
once you can do that,
You
then
can't
they out the
grow it.
game. So
they
they
lock you up for growing it.
exactly.
You remember,
Unless you got they
They-
license
yeah.
/ approval.
They
Look at
seeds,
that.
They,
Look at that.
their seeds, their dirt, their fertilizer.
They bought all the seeds, right?
yeah. You go, where you,
Look
where
at
you
that.
get them from?
Is it immoral to put thimerosal, i.e. mercury, in vaccines?
Well,
isn't everything else, so why not vaccine?
For the sake of science, I'm sure is what they told
What is
themselves.
mercury?
The
Poison.
fucking
Poison.
poison.
It's
Mercury.
just straight up poison.
like the insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are too.
The same thing. So
It
here's-
belongs in the thermometer to tell you how,
Here's my
what the
thing.
temperature
How
is.
in the fuck did black men become more toxic than the white men who have created the toxic environment we all live in every day that we've labeled as normal?
Smoke and mirrors, right?
And I'm not talking about the white men on the edge, the fringe. I'm not talking about skinheads and KKK and all. I'm talking about the white men in corporate America,
I know how.
the captains of industry.
Oh, I know.
How did they, for some reason, skip past being the most toxic men on planet Earth, the most immoral men on planet Earth? Corey?
They gave people the same thing the God King off that movie 300 did. He
What
ran
did-
the same game. I will make you emperor of all of Greece.
Yeah.
I will give you this. All you have to do is kneel before me. They gave the sisters what they wanted. They gave almost everybody what they wanted except for the black man who believes in himself. Because it ain't nothing they can give us. All they can do is stop us, lock us up, so the suckers can sit around and act like, oh, see, he got locked up. He ain't no good. You get what I'm saying
I
when I
hear
say
you.
that?
Yes.
Because when I walked in on you talking about my brother RZA, and I'm just saying, anybody, I wish somebody would say something negative about somebody who I ain't never seen do nothing slick around me. That's whoever. I'm talking about,
Right.
I'm going to speak up for you if I got that motherfucking ammunition to do. And I
Right.
got the ammunition to do that with that man.
Yes.
That man, if he is in jail, it is because it's set up for him to be in jail. He probably spoke up. Because I've had somebody do the research on what happened. It was in court.
Yeah. And he spoke up for
And
his
they was
mama.
talking crazy to his mama.
Yeah.
So For all you lames that didn't know that, because there's a lot of people don't know, they just send stuff to your thing. Hey man, they got you born, $100,000 bond. Yup.
It be our people.
Right.
Yeah.
These niggas is the NNN, the nigga news network.
Yeah. All of a sudden.
It be them.
I can't even shake people's hand after the show like I used to because I've got disgust for motherfuckers like that. I done seen too many motherfuckers smile with you, then as soon as you back turn, stab you in the back.
Smile in your
I
face.
can't smile with everybody.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. And I lose out on good people by doing this. But this is what I have to do to stay sane.
Yeah. And that's why I keep saying it's important for us to become more socially aware, more socially astute. Listen, and I'm not saying the Middle East is perfect. Okay?
Far from it.
No.
I'm not saying the Middle East is perfect. But if that whole region calls America the Great Satan, sum up. Everybody call you the devil. Why did the Muslims over there, the Arabs over there, call America the Great Satan? Does anybody have an idea?
Really?
Fucking with
I've
their
been
lives.
around these people my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say my whole life. Once I moved out the projects, because where I grew up in Chicago was a very segregated city. Black people was around black people. White people around white peoples. The Mexican people was around the Mexican people. But I didn't even know the difference between a Mexican and a white person because I grew up around all black people. I had never seen nothing. But once I moved out the projects, I found out about different races of people. I found out the difference between the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and all like that. I didn't know none of that.
Right.
But when I moved to LA, that's when I found out what white people are. And it blew my mind. I actually had to sit down. I was like, oh my God.
Get up in here, homie.
These motherfuckers
Here come my niggas right here.
are tenacious. I've never seen nobody fuck over the world. Of course, I can't say all Caucasian people. You can never say all.
You
of
can never
anything.
say all. We
Some of
know
them.
that.
But I'm saying, a lot of the ones I met, Caucasian people, they have perfected, hi, how are you? And fuck you over the whole time. They got paperwork for you to sign,
Will say they love you.
all that
Oh, I
shit.
love you, man. How's your kid?
That was one of the truest values of my college experience, for real.
Find out about white people.
To learn about them
How about
and watch
that,
them
yo?
and how they do it.
How
And
about
especially
that?
at that level, you like. So just to address your one question though about like, well, how do the CEOs who are the true villains become the best, like the examples of our society of what we all want to be, and the black man becomes the devil and Satan of society. I look at that as media, right? Something that they've always controlled. So whether it was print onto radio or to movie and TVs, like the image that has been projected of us has always been that villain, right? So
All the way back to Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, so exactly. So you put that out, right?
You walk right in front of the
And-
camera.
You put that out. You put that out, and everybody sees that. They believe that. They're gonna hear that, right? And then you do your shit over here, right?
Right.
Like you over here. It's that magician shit. It's smoke and mirrors. Like watch this hand. This hand's doing this.
Well, it comes down to, once again, the propaganda to the proper gooses. Because if you keep giving a person that look, if you keep showing that black person that you would want to see stand up in that moment, and they always they fade to black as soon as they have, I don't care what it is. When somebody comes out of that shell, it's just like when Colin Powell, you saw Colin Powell all the time when he was standing up for the principles of this country.
Yes, sir.
And then when they fucked him, and he started talking what he really felt.
Was it immoral the way they did him? Because see, the reason, I know a lot of y'all know all of these stories, but I just want to keep pointing it out. Did you see the sentence that the black police officer got for killing the white blonde-haired Australian woman? Did you see his sentence versus the sentence Amber Geiger got? See, you live at Krishnamurti, my favorite philosopher. I say it all the time. He said, it is no measure of health to be fully integrated in a sick society. Full integration into a sick society is synonymous with the term American dream. Who was one of the biggest proponents of God Bless America that was a black man? Don King. And how many motherfuckers did he ream?
But hold on.
That's the
Let's not let Colin Powell off the hook.
Yep.
Do you know how much scandalous shit happened under the rule of Colin Powell?
Talk to
when
us.
they was ready to wrap it around his neck. That's when he got ghost.
he became black.
So Colin Powell, don't act like he was an honorable black man.
I didn't say his hands was clean.
his,
But what
hands
I'm saying,
his hands are filthy.
But what
if
he-
you know the shit that was signed under his watch.
and I'm not even challenging the truth of that. But what I'm saying is we watched that unravel because they will show you what happens when you capitulate. And then the chickens come home to roost because they threw his ass under the bus, but they allowed him the ability to make money anyway. But now he's one of the biggest nemesis of the Republican Party because he's like, you know what, free at last, free at last. I fell on the sword for you motherfuckers. Y'all threw me under the bus, so stop interviewing. They don't interview him no more. He used to be on television 24/7, but he's not with the message anymore. The point that I'm making is we have to be at a point in our history to say enough is enough. You're not choosing our images for us anymore. Right. I told Corey on many occasions, I said, man, please stop confusing the fact that you are doing what you're doing. You're an example of the possibility, and quit saying on broadcast that we're helpless and hopeless because we just need more. Let me finish real quick. It'll take me 15 seconds. We got to put the spotlight on the motherfuckers that's standing on it and living by. Corey is able to make a living off of black folks. That's what we need to produce. Black folks making money off of each other. Period. We ain't got no, then we really don't have no hope. But it doesn't have to just be in entertainment. We have to get
everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, we got to put the model on the brother that came out to your house and didn't fuck it up. And then put that nigga on notice that did fuck your house up. You know what, bro? You're on the bench for right now. Okay? Maybe permanently. Because we can't have you going out here fucking up other people's opportunity to eat. This country is based on, Mr. God told me one thing I know is true. The best way to make money is to make friends. Matter of fact, it's the only way to make money because in God we trust. It ain't the God part that we trust. It's the fast change. If you get a black person to do something with you, man, they got to deliver, man. They got to, because it ain't just you and him. That shit gonna spread like a virus, and then next thing you know, man, I ain't letting a nigga under my hood make my car no good. I mean, I heard that for years until I ran into a black mechanic that was the real shit. My only point is we got to have all of these discussions. Sometimes we won't admit that you got to wear that jacket. The real story of Corey Holcomb is an extension of what Richard Pryor did. It's an extension of what Red Fox did. Richard Pryor got in trouble with white folks when he wouldn't get in front of a white audience and tell the kind of jokes that made them feel comfortable. He turned around and said, y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass.
But he lived through that uncomfort, rediscovered himself, and redefined who he was, and came out and was unstoppable.
But he already knew. Red Fox and them knew. They not go. I can't put that buck dance on for him. Corey, I was there with you when you went through that, man. When they asked Corey in front, the biggest test, the test in Corey's career, and the reason he didn't become Steve Harvey was when they put him in that room with Ant.
The fag.
Yeah. When they put him in that room with Ant, and Corey couldn't grin for them motherfuckers, I was sitting at home watching that shit on TV. I said, oh my God, oh Lord. Grin, Corey, Corey couldn't. You was on the bus, and Corey told that motherfucker, what did he tell you, shut up or something? Shut up!
No, he kept saying clueless.
Oh, is that what it was?
Kept teasing me.
He kept debating Corey. And Corey
What'd you
said,
say, nigga?
Corey
I
said,
know you did.
Corey said, I'm trying to win this competition, man, but you can't talk to me like that,
Yeah,
man.
when I was still under the impression that a nigga could win.
Right.
But you did win.
That being said, I know what Bobby about to say, because I know I was proud of you
You did
and the
win,
way you were
man.
able to stay yourself
Yeah.
through that whole process. Because we all, as comics, we all know it was that bullshit monkey show. But Corey Holcomb, and I honestly, when I found out you were on, I was like, how is this nigga gonna do this shit? Like, I've seen his ad. I love his ad. I'm just like, how is Corey gonna be on NBC? I was really, and then you was murking these motherfuckers, but
I
stage
always
yourself.
tell people,
Stage,
the
and I
stuff
was like,
I
hell
say,
yeah.
if I take the profanity out, it's still
It's
a
still,
joke.
It's still funny.
and that's all you did.
Yeah.
That's all you did.
Because you killed it on Arsenio.
I talk
all
the
you
way
do.
I normally talk
Yeah.
as I'm talking to my people, and they can relate to that. But what I'm saying is, if I get on NBC, all I gotta do is take the motherfucking pitch and all that shit out. And why it's still gonna
It was
work.
amazing. Yeah. It was.
And the reason it's still gonna work is because
real.
everybody hate bitches.
But if
Just
people,
don't nobody say it.
if people really knew the stage that Corey went through, because they cut off his, in order to get him off the last comic stand, you remember you told me how they muffled the applause and stuff. They had to legitimize him not winning. Bill Maher told him, didn't Bill Maher tell you, man, why are we even having this competition?
Right.
Well, Last Common Standing is a production.
Yeah.
It's not a real contest.
None of
A lot of
those.
people
Okay,
don't know that.
I get
Vote
that.
and all that shit, that's
didn't
funny.
matter. Yeah, okay.
None of those shows are. None of those shows
Right.
are like
It's a production. They're doing what is going to help, or their opinion, what helps their show. But I'm saying, like, America is a production.
Absolutely.
shoot.
But that's why we have to.
Everybody on set.
It's the greatest reality TV show ever.
amazing.
But this is why what Byron Allen is
Ran by
doing.
the 65.
That's why what Byron Allen is doing right now is a part of this discussion. The brother has bought enough stations that if we understand the importance of that, then we shut the FCC down. Because what they're saying is, wait a minute, this nigga done accumulated too much motherfucking power.
Right.
Kill him.
Money
See,
is
'cause
one
it's
thing.
not- power's
Power
different.
is another.
Exactly.
Yes.
Kill him.
They give 'em all the
Exactly.
money.
You can't have no power in America.
Yes, you can.
This is their production.
Till
if
we-
you want some power in America, you got to do some gangster shit.
Hey,
That's
Bobby,
what I said
Bobby.
earlier. That's what I said.
Oh,
We got to put that in the equation.
That's what we talking about
We got to put that in the
immorality.
equation.
That's what we talking about.
Gotta put it in the
Look
equation.
at Jay-Z.
Come on.
What about him?
Yeah, please.
He gotta be.
I will make you king of all rappers.
I'm just saying.
I will give you a pretty wife. This is what Xerxes told him. All you have to do is tell the niggers it's okay.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
We will elevate the gangster, the mob boss, and the executive. We elevate them. They're the same thing. The mogul is no different than the mob boss.
Look at Wolf of Wall Street. I mean,
Talk to me, man. Speak on it.
The fucking crackhead white boy. You know, them niggas was strung out on drugs, telling lies, doing all kind of bullshit. Movie. Movie. That's a story.
So
That's an American story.
You got to
We've
stand by your
already
own
ironed it
hero.
out to this point. America is immoral. Now give me a definition of decency. Are there some decent people here?
Absolutely.
Are there some decent black folk?
Absolutely.
Ain't a lot
Can
of
we
'em.
have some decent relationships?
Not me.
How,
Ain't a lot of 'em.
But so, because my question is starting to evolve. How can we have decency and cultivate decency in a sick society? Is it possible?
Yes.
Not in a sick society.
Yes.
This
yes, you can.
society is sick to the motherfucker.
But you can have decency if you prioritize decency and understand the importance and the value. In other words, if we continue to propagate people that sell us out, people that do us any kind of way, then it's truly hopeless. We got to understand that if you got somebody, I don't care who it is, their lives have to be valuable enough that if they get touched, then it's time to go to the mat. It's got to be that way. You got to value the people that have proven that they down with you, man. You can't leave them out there dangling like we do. The
Bobby,
minute
that's the
somebody-
truth. That is a truth, what you're saying.
We do that,
That's
man.
a hope.
It's a reality.
We say, look, RZA in jail. Why we ain't going to get the nigga?
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
See, that's that bullshit.
Okay,
Wait.
let's go.
What are our good brothers?
Let's
We're
go.
gonna end up in there with
Let's
a
go.
friend.
Then let's go.
And you don't hear me say that often. Free.
Then let's go.
They got him.
Then let's go get him.
Where his GoFundMe page?
Starting right now. That's what I mean. We just had to do something, man. I get tired of us acting like it ain't nothing we can do. Even if we fail, let's do it.
What's the question you asked?
I said, where's his GoFundMe page?
No, I'm talking about like the question you asked.
Can we have decency?
Can we have decency? Can decency be cultivated in our relationships, in our lives, within a sick society? Talk to me.
In America, almost all black folk have accepted the way of their oppressor.
Keep
You
going.
cannot have a society worth a shit if the men don't do what they say and say what they mean. I want to go get my nigga risen, but I don't have the means, nor would I even act like I'm going to mash yet. That ain't where we at. I feel like he's safe wherever he at. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to say, let's go get him.
You just did. I'm tell you what I mean by that.
I said,
you just
they
did.
got him.
It was sarcastic.
No, here's what I mean by that.
Why we ain't going to get
Here's
him?
what I mean by that. It ain't always about mashing. It's about getting enough people that ain't even heard the information that they heard right now about how he ended up in jail. Because the first thing we think is the worst. Oh, well, he had to steal some money or something like that. I'm the one who sent you that. I didn't send that to say, look at him.
That makes my point. Bobby, you and a couple of people sent it, but just let me tell you something. That makes my point. We always talking. You was bred probably by a woman that is led off emotion. You ain't never go nowhere to become the soldier you need to be, which is a motherfucker like them people over there who strap bombs to themselves and say, what, goddammit, I will blow up all this shit for mine. Them real motherfuckers, they not playing. But what's happening now, society is trying to make their way over there and make it where all them niggas on child support. You know what I'm saying? All that shit fucked up. Bitches got all the shit at the mall over there, beauty supplies and all that shit is gonna be in over there in Pakistan and where all that shit is. They trying to make them fucked up like us. But them people who strap bombs to themselves, them motherfuckers ain't bullshitting, dog.
And let me give you another example.
They dead ass.
They standing up for that.
Let me give you another example.
Them
There
soldiers.
are certain Tibetan monks who are protesting the occupation of China. Because you know, China just came in and took Tibet.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all, this ours. We taking it.
It's ran by the mob.
You know what certain monks have done in protest?
Set themselves on fire.
Self-immolation.
Set
They've set
themselves
themselves
on
on fire. Now, peep game. Blowing yourself up, setting yourself on fire, that is tantamount or synonymous with a lion doing what the fuck it's got to do. I'm finna go after this goddamn 1-ton fucking buffalo, African Cape buffalo, the most dangerous motherfucker in Africa. People say it's the lion. No, it's the buffalo, nigga. I got to take this bitch down.
I see them lions fucking them buffaloes up.
Now, let me
it
tell you,
takes 12
it takes 12 of them.
And they got to get on the side.
No, I was just watching this video. This one lioness had 2 cubs. One had just got killed by an alligator. She was surrounded by water, and it was buffaloes on this little island. This bitch was like, fuck it, I think these kids got to eat, goddammit. And she went head on and attacked one of the motherfuckers and killed one of them. But she had to do what the fuck she had to do. I'm telling you, this sick society is forcing you to do what you gotta do, but at the same time, conditioning that part of you that will go, let me get up and get this motherfucking buffalo.
Yeah.
So that's
Right now,
that's deep.
it's that motherfucking, that beaker test with the frog. They said if you turn the water up slowly, the heat on the water up slowly, the frog ain't gonna leave. It'll just cook to death. If you turn the heat up fast, the frog will jump out. What they've done is turn the heat up slowly on your apathy. Your apathy. Just turning it up slowly and slowly. And the next thing you know, little girls is getting sat on by police officers. Motherfuckers is getting shot the fuck up who got licenses to carry. All type niggas is getting choked out. for loose cigarettes. And all types of bullshit is happening, and nobody's saying nothing except we'll call into question the morality of our people who are trying to do something in this sick society. A lot of these people have been forced to do immoral things. But we'll turn around and go, oh shit, man, you done fucked your life up. You done fucked your... Nigga, look at this world.
What life?
Right.
Look at this world.
What life?
Right.
Man,
Come on.
Claude McKay said, if we must die, let us die like men.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't fatalistic for a number of reasons. Because I truly do not believe, and it took years for me to get to that place, that anybody is just based on the color of their skin better than me. I know better than that, because I've seen too many people come out from under that. And I'm sitting next to one. Corey has made more money by just going out and telling his story, his life story, and people can say what they want to about how they feel about that, but he has become unstoppable in that way.
Yes, sir.
That can apply to any black person that find their niche, what they passionate about, what they good at. That's the example I see in this brother. And I ain't saying that to kiss his ass, because he know, man, I done figured that out, man. You kiss somebody's ass and they die for you die for they do, you kissed all that ass for nothing. So it ain't no upside for me to do that.
And on top of that, piggybacking off what we talking about, especially what Zoe said, I don't like when people, especially my people, be on that woe is me stuff when it ain't even no woe is me for real out here in this whole LA area.
Right.
Let me land with this. Where it's lit up. You can't sit on the corner with a street light and say it's bad. Cause it's people out there in the jungle. And it ain't no street light. You can't even see in front of your hand.
Right.
That's real. Oh, I'm in a dire situation. Because you got to survive the night.
Right. And in the morning.
The animals, right. You see what I'm saying?
Now, you
But
wake up to the
in
same
the morning, you can
situation
see it
every
coming.
day.
But
It's
at
coming.
night,
Yeah.
you just... Have you ever really been in the country
yes.
where you can't see your hand in front of your face?
I did that in Afghanistan for the troops and shit. And you
Wait,
go
you
out
was in
there-
the army?
No. Entertaining them motherfuckers. That's all. No. But you go out there one night to pee, and it's like, oh, I can't see a fucking.
Only thing I love, Jay Leno was
I
going
never
to take
seen
me
poverty
to
like
Iraq.
Yep.
Me, Jay Leno, Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
It was going to be one of the biggest shows I ever did in my life. But the whole time, it was when they first got out there,
Right,
United
right.
States
Yeah,
first got
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
And I was going to do it because I was like, oh my God, this is an opportunity. We're
Big
going to
one.
perform
Yeah,
in front of the troops.
Right.
But I felt something.
What
I
did
was
you feel?
I felt like I ain't down with this army shit.
Yeah, I know.
Why did the rebels, what they call them, meaning the villagers, the people from out there, shot a grenade, shot one of them
Rocket launchers.
rocket launchers in the hotel where we were supposed to perform a month before we got there. And then Jay Leno canceled the show.
Hell yeah.
I was so relieved. I was like, I'm
You
glad.
already had an issue.
Right, because it was in
your-
my mind.
right,
it was
right.
that God in you. That's God talking to you. You know what I'm saying? When you know, you just be ignoring it because you live in a place where you fucked up. But
That's
if
why I ain't got no
brought it-
problem telling y'all some real stories, and it's just gonna come out. When Corey first went on Jay Leno, that was the first time I'd seen anybody other than Bill Cosby and Sammy Davis Jr. do what they do and go sit on the couch.
Yes, sir.
That's when I knew his talent was at another damn level. They don't do that. You tell a couple jokes and you carry your ass home. Okay. They started making shit for Corey. And then after that situation with Ant, the suits got together and said, wait a minute, man. He got his teeth fixed and everything, man. He's good to go. He got to give us that goddamn smile, and he on his motherfucking way.
true.
Yep.
That's what the fuck happened. But here's what I took away from that, and the people that know him, it can be done. Because Corey said, you know what? I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log than have to keep that smile all the rest of the time I go any motherfucking way. I'm getting back on this goddamn bus. I'm getting on this motherfucking back road, and I'm gonna go get my money.
Oh, them
But
people
you-
smart.
Yeah.
They know who they was around. Them motherfuckers smelled me out like I smelled them out. They was like, this nigga ain't gonna play ball.
He's not doing the dance.
Put that nigga back out there.
Yeah.
That's really what happened to me, bro. This
that nigga the fuck out of here. Get one of them smiling ass niggas.
That's exactly what happened, man.
And that's what America is. That's what America is.
Bring me a safe nigga.
America is this. If you play ball, if you capitulate, I'll take care of you. I'll give you a livelihood. But if you don't conform, right? If you have your own ideas and your own thoughts and your own opinions, we're going to ostracize you. We're going to redline you from opportunity. Now, what is the key element, component to Corey Holcomb's success? Y'all. Y'all. That's how it works for all of us, though.
Exactly. It's not limited to him. That's the model. It's just like with Ali. Most people don't understand how important it is for the record to be set straight. Ali was able to eat, not because of the nation, but because of Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier!
The one that we called Uncle Tom.
Right.
That was some bullshit. The truth of the matter is, once we tell our stories honestly, we have the fortification to not even be tempted by that bullshit of selling another brother out, because
That's
you
crazy.
just got to know our freedom stories, man.
That's crazy.
You
Joe
got to
Frazier,
know that, man.
that's big. Joe Frazier fed that man.
And more importantly, he
his
fought him when the
kids.
people told him, look, man, you ain't even got to do this. We done disqualified this man. He said, no. 2 reasons why I'm going to do that. First of all, I think I can beat him. Second of all, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, y'all done took this man's livelihood from him for what? It ain't right. So when you mentioned earlier about morality, it comes down to what's right sometimes and what you're willing to do for it. And if somebody win that way, put the light on them. Put the light on them instead of these motherfuckers we see just bowing down and kissing motherfuckers' ass. And before you know, they done put their foot right in there and kick them on out and got the next nigga that's willing to do that bullshit, man. That's where we are in the history of our time. Mm-hmm. We got to get behind people, man, that love us back.
How about that?
That love us back, man. That's it.
But we live in a loveless society. We live in a loveless culture.
Man, there's some people that love black people, man.
No.
We just don't see that.
Don't confuse what I'm saying, Bobby.
Okay, I just want to make that clear.
This is a Negrophilic as well as Negrophobic society. They love, hate niggas. Mm-hmm. They love our culture. They love our swag. They love everything about it. They love our spirituality. They love all that, but they don't like us. They hate us. They don't want to have to share the world with its progenitors.
But check this out. Don't that resemble the woman you got up under you?
Ooh.
Cause something
Keep
wrong
going.
with you.
Keep going.
I watch so many people I know, and they are in a commitment with somebody that treat them just like you said. Right?
Look at that. Yes. Motherfucker don't respect your word.
They take what they want from you and tell you in your face you ain't shit. They with you though, but didn't you tell me I wasn't shit?
How about it? Oh, okay.
I ain't forgot that. I ain't forgot that.
Yeah.
I'm saying most people I know are in a relationship. Most men I know are in a relationship with a woman that treats them just like you said America does the black man.
Yeah.
Their relationship at home resemble it.
I ain't gonna dispute that. But one thing, this brother is pitching for the Baltimore Ravens.
He's pitching
That ball and running that ball.
for the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
No, Lamar Jackson.
So the quarterback.
The example of what I'm saying
Is
is
he
this.
pitching?
He's pitching that ball, man. That's a phrase, man. He's pitching it. He's chucking it. He's running it. But here's what he did.
I got 2 sports.
Here's what he did. Now, here's the point that I'm making, though, so we got past that, man. That brother held them folks accountable for trying to make him a running back. Now, the difference is they're going to have to pay him because he's going to rise, because he's winning. Now, good Uncle Dak Prescott kept his mouth shut through the whole Colin Kaepernick shit, did all the right shit.
Did you say Colin Kaepernick?
Ain't that his name?
Colin.
Colin.
It's Colin Powell.
It's Colin Powell.
This is
Colin
Bobby's
Kaepernick.
factual opinion. I love it.
Well, Kaepernick, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Shit, Bobby.
Dak and that other boy, number 21, the running back, they sit down and say, don't even come and ask me nothing about that shit, man, because you know we in Dallas and that's just that. We ain't gonna say shit. Mm-hmm. That boy stood up for himself. He said, I'm not playing running back, wide receiver, none of that shit. And when he came out this year and showed that improvement, the first thing he did was throw it in their face and said, look here, it ain't bad for a running back.
Right.
He let them know that, look, I'm not going for this bullshit. I'm not playing another position. Y'all not gonna do that to me.
Right.
Well,
Those
also-
are the examples that we have to feed off of. When somebody stand for what they know is right, man, they done did the heavy lifting, man. Just get behind them,
Have
man.
you seen him do any sucker shit?
Who is that?
The quarterback from Baltimore. I
Not
haven't.
yet? No.
Him and his mama came
That was the
to
other problem.
NFL
Yeah. They said, we not giving y'all that check.
Looking how they look
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah.
They didn't conform.
No, he didn't get no agent.
Them black people.
Right.
Black.
Right.
Right. Them the motherfuckers. I ain't never seen him do nothing but be respectable under the circumstances that he's been put under.
Right.
And when he got an opportunity, he shined.
Exactly.
How can we heal the immorality in our relationships?
Which relationship you want to start with?
He gave an example. He said most people he know, most brothers he know, there's
Most
somebody
I
up
know.
underneath them. How can we heal that immorality? How can we raise a totally different generation of kids that believe in ethics, that believe in morality?
Well, that's
How
the
do we do
answer
that?
right there. Who's at home leading?
Yeah.
Who's teaching the principles that these kids are coming up on? Who's teaching them? The internet, the white man, and their mama. It ain't no solid man to be like, no, that's wrong. Don't do that. And then show them love later on. It ain't none of that in these. You want to go through all these houses over here? You want to walk up and down this block for about 4 blocks. It's ran by a bitch. And she gets her direction from the white man. Everything else is what they want on the internet. It ain't no solid black leaders nowhere.
Wow.
The one that I know about, they kicked him off the internet.
And that's in the house, right? And then for me, you gotta go to the top, right? There's nobody outside of the house. Like our society is built like all the way up to the White House, right? Whether it was Barack or this clown right now, like there's no example that you could really show kids that this is how you should be, right? So
Remember that movie Do the Right Thing, the mayor?
All day.
It ain't
Yeah.
nobody like that. They
Right.
killed him.
Right.
Hey, always do the right thing.
Come on, man.
Who telling them kids that?
Man,
Come on, man.
we need it. As is commonplace, man, we don't have all the answers, but we
And for the
definitely know
girls.
how to start the motherfucking conversation. Listen, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We appreciate everybody on YouTube, everybody on Dash Radio. Thank you so much for participating in tonight's Mansion show. We started the conversation. Now what you gonna do? Support all of the businesses that we put in front of you: Total Package Energy, Beal Sauce, Hurricane, the Hurricane Report, the Relationship Dismount, all of these books, all of that stuff that we put out there. Support that. Mansions gear. Again, Mansions is about challenging what you think is normal. We're supposed to speak our truth. We're supposed to speak our minds in an unfiltered way. I appreciate all the brothers for coming out and supporting us. Thank you so much. We about to roll out. Deuces.
Yeah.
Free Reza Islam.
Free
Free
Reza.
Reza.
Yeah. That's it. That's all.